work with me here. I'll get this figured out eventually. I feel like YouTube made me wait forever to be able to go live. But I had been promising some live unboxings, but YouTube would not let me go live, even though I was over the 50 subscribers. So, let me show you what we're about to get into. We're about to get into these. Not getting everyone down. But, yeah. WWE Legends. Or not Legends, my bad. Superstars. Okay, so, I actually have more than one of this. So, I have another one down here. Let's crack this open because I have two, because it's a multiple figure to where you can change it up. So Hogan and Doink come in this. Let's do this. I'm a big fan of these, mainly because of the retro look. So, unlike a lot of the other ones, this one does come with a lot of accessories. Let me get something to cut these. Alright, so probably why Mattel. Alright, so Andre is so big for the packaging that he actually doesn't fit, so they put him in with no feet. How we doing, everybody? So this is short-haired Andre. The cool thing about this actual figure is that even though it's packaged as short-haired Andre, it does... Oh, I totally forgot it comes with the winged eagle. So, major bonus. How you doing, guys? So, I don't have a huge collection of these. I could grab more of them. So, here's basically what I got. So, the flare. Like I said, the Papa Shango is probably one of my favorites out of all of them. You have Taker. Oh, I don't want to knock a bunch of stuff over, but I feel like that's what I'm going to end up doing. You have Earthquake, and then you have Hollywood Hogan. So, those are all the loose ones that I have, but as you can see, I have a full wall and room of this stuff. So there's a lot of stuff to be unboxing. Like I have more of these superstars to unbox. There's a Hogan. I actually have an old Masters of the Universe Piper to unbox, which should be fun. You have to work with me. Next time I'll get it set up better and flip the camera around so I can read comments and stuff. But so here's the thing. I don't know if I'm a fan. So actually, I'm gonna leave these off. So like I said, he doesn't come with his feet on. Why aren't those black though to match the rest of it? I don't really like that. I think that's a little off, but for me personally, it doesn't affect what I'm gonna do. So okay, so we're good. He does have, they do come with the black boots also. So it comes with the blues and the blacks, which is cool. But this is so sick. So apparently his head comes apart. Wow, look. I just pulled his hair off. What is going on? I had no idea that's how this worked. I thought there was another head in here, which is crazy. But yeah, so there is what looks to be a Big Show figure almost. It's kind of funny. But yeah, we put long hair. I don't know which way it's supposed to go out. Yeah, I would think like this. How is it supposed to? That can't be right. You're not supposed to have ears? Okay, I think I got it. It actually fits way better than I expected. That's crazy. Alright, and so my plan was to lose this, the singlet, and get it over one of his arms without having to take the arm off. I don't have to do all that. I'm trying to keep it in the camera, but yeah, this will be easier. Give me just a second. I got it now. Alright, so when you take the singlet off, you get old Andre in blue. So, if you remember, the figure started, it looked like this right there. Right? Yeah, that one there. And it turned into, well, hang on, let's finish it. Now, if I'm being honest here, oh, this is ridiculous. There's no way. See, I'm a full-grown man, and I have trouble getting that one leg on to the point that I popped an arm off. This is ridiculous. So this one right here, I broke that the second I got it out of the package. So $20, instantly pulled it out of the package and broke. The arm snapped off. So just be wary if you get these. This piece snapped off. It was in the middle of the winter, so it was cold. So maybe that had something to do with it. But yeah, I was a bit angry to, drop 20 bucks on it when it's new, because I was really like I can't even tell which way. Okay. I was all about keeping up with them and staying up with all the new ones that were coming out and trying to have the entire collection. And my Walmart was doing really good at first. And like, I was finding stuff before other people. Then all of a sudden it stopped, and now they don't do them at all anymore. So The problem with the Winged Eagle is I don't think the Winged Eagle goes with this Andre. But he's enormous in comparison to the rest of them. Look at this. This is crazy. So we'll put him. Put him there, and then we'll put this Hogan would go with it. So just like towers over it. So you have the option later on to put the singlet back on, put the short hair back on, put the black boots on, and turn it back into the original, like, black singlet Andre. So I kind of wish I had a Doink loose. That may be one that I get and we open too, because I feel like it goes with this set. But what we can do is, even though this doesn't really go with the Andre, it definitely goes with the Hogan. So let's do that. I'm afraid to even mess with this because this is the figure that broke. And I can't remember. I think it may be that arm. So I don't even want to really mess with it. I'm afraid it's going to break. Let's do this. Just over the shoulder. So, yeah, there you have it. I am a huge fan of vintage wrestling stuff. I'm not a big new collector. My collection is, let me show you something. So if we step back here, recently kind of just started building the Elite, the Mattel section here. Those are old original bendies down here. I don't know, there's like the new bendies over here in the corner. There's an ultimate. There's vintage, you know, a bunch of vintage VHS. There's TNA. That's a whole shelf of knockoff stuff, which I really like. Then you jump over to this. Then it just turns into chaos. There's stuff everywhere. It's LJNs, Hasbro's. I just found that Nintendo, the WrestleMania game, just recently. I'm a huge fan of Bone Crunchers, so it's a bunch of Bone Crunchers there. Below that is WCW Toy Biz there. Then down here at the bottom is like my favorites as far as Bone Crunchers, their signature series, some rare stuff, some Ring Giants. I started collecting in maybe a little over 2 years ago. And it started with one of these little Hasbro figures here, the Hogan. And then it's kind of grown into what you see now. So, I am collecting a lot, and I am collecting quickly. That's a whole thing of, it's all WCW there. More old tapes. There's even bobbleheads, and where do I have, there's a watch that is in one of these. I don't even remember where, but it's here somewhere. I just found some new ones for the wall that are still on card. There's so much stuff. So, if this kind of stuff is something you enjoy, I would have never thought I would even like any of this stuff. I found it to be silly. And then I have an obsessive personality. So I started by finding one Hasbro figure, and then I found another figure, and then another one. And then after a while, I had a couple of them, and it almost started to look like a collection. And then I got obsessive, and within a couple years, this is what I ended up with. And just FYI, no mail order, no internet. I do not use the internet to find anything. I do not use mail order to find anything. If I can't physically find it in person myself and hold it and buy it, it does not go in my collection. So the modern way of collecting and getting a big collection quick, I don't much relate to. I enjoy the hunt. So I even recently just decided to get into like even the old PlayStation games. So $2. I found a vest today that goes to one of my Stomp Taker figures up there. Yeah, but hey, if this is something you enjoy, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, a lot of stuff to go over and a lot of videos to make. Have a good one, and thanks for watching.